Somebody gave East Point a shout out in the chat room. Shout out to East Point, Edgewood, Old National, College Park,
Fulton County in total.
But yeah, all of Fulton County.
I'm actually down the street from Headland and Delow. That's like, this is actually my stomp.
Stop giving people your information.
Yeah, don't tell them
pull up on the corner.
Oh yeah, they ain't gonna ever find me.
Something good.
What's that?
Well, me and my rode the martyr through the hood.
Oh, I missed that.
They're rapping.
Yeah, no, I got it now. Yeah.
I didn't get that, but I liked it.
It took me a second to do the first part.
Shout out to Edgewood, Slutty Vegan. Y'all go get some food.
Oh, love that place.
I
haven't had Slutty Vegan,
dude. No, it's amazing, man. And I mean,
you haven't been
it's
slutified?
the most fattening vegetarian food on the planet, but that
It is so good.
Not by Slutty
Vegan. If you ever on Edgewood in Atlanta, y'all go by Slutty Vegan. Right? It's a free commercial because it's that good.
It's really good. It's really good.
Vegan, man.
All right, shoot. Well, when this vaccine is effective enough, and I get one, I might. But they're a pop-up truck. They're not a sit-down restaurant.
Oh boy, you so late. That's
no,
like
they're yeah. They've definitely got I think 2 locations now.
Yeah, I haven't been out of the house in a year,
and they're on Grubhub too.
Yeah.
So
okay. They should deliver. Okay, I might order some Grubhub.
Order.
All right. There we go.
So good for the soul. All right, so talking about what's good, let's talk about what's not good for Donald Trump. Lead lawyers leave Trump's impeachment defense team. Trump's second impeachment starts February 8th. Senators will or won't convict him on a charge of inciting insurrection at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. 5 attorneys who were set to represent Trump resigned over the weekend, leaving him for dead. On Sunday evening, Trump's office announced 2 new lawyers were taking over his defense. Bruce Castor and David Schoen will now lead the team, according to Trump's spokesperson, Jason Miller. Trump's lawyers had initially planned to center their strategy on the question of whether the proceedings were constitutional and on the definition of incitement, according to Washington Post. The original legal team left after Trump instead wanted them to make the case during the trial that he actually won the election. Oh, Lord.
This man really cannot handle losing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rebecca.
He just can't. No, you're right. He just can't. So text messages show top Trump campaign fundraisers key role planning the rally that precede the siege. Caroline Wren, deputy to Donald Trump Jr.'s girlfriend, Kimberly
Guilford or something like that.
Guilfoyle.
Yeah, whatever.
It's okay. They don't get our names right. At Trump Victory, a joint presidential fundraising committee during the 2020 campaign, listed as a VIP advisor and a National Park Service permit for the January 6th rally at the Ellipse, but she was the main organizer. Wren gave instructions on what slogans to print on the banners that were distributed among other organizational orders. Wren was brought on board by Julie Jenkins Fancelli, the heiress to Publix supermarkets, who committed some $300,000 to fund the January 6th rally, the terrorist attack. And man, I love Publix. Now I got to look at them crazy. Yeah. Wren is listed along with 3 other people as one of the primary points of contact for the demonstration. Now, Trump's defense secretary disarmed D.C. National Guard before the Capitol riot. During congressional testimony, Capitol Police and D.C. National Guard's official acknowledged that by January 4th, they understood that, quote, the January 6th event. I hate saying the January 6th event. That's all up and through here. The terrorist attack would not be like any of the previous protests held in 2020. We knew the militia groups and white supremacist organizations would be attending. We also knew that some of these participants were intending to bring firearms and other weapons to the event. We knew that there was a strong potential for violence and that Congress was the target. On that same day, the acting defense secretary issued a memo placing some extremely unusual limits on National Guard forces for that event. Guards were instructed that they can't arrest any of the pro-Trump protesters or search them or even touch them. We'll stop right there because there's more to cover. But let's talk about all this information going on with Trump and the terrorist attack. What y'all got?
Boycott Publix, and I don't care what kind of statement that they say about.
Go ahead.
She's not a board member of Publix or whatever. Listen,
right?
She that trust fund. She's a trust fund kid of Publix. Publix has put money into her trust fund. She actively makes her and her family actively make residual money off of Publix. Every time you buy one of them lemon pepper chickens from Publix, she makes money off of it, right? So until they publicly kick her off the board and shut her money down, we can't rock with Publix, because the heiress of Publix literally just made a decision that should affect their company, and that decision is creating an insurrection. Secondly, we have allowed, problematic white people in their imaginations have done so much damage to this country that is actually spreading on to other countries, and I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about that later on. But at this point, this was an imaginary problem. Don't forget that, America. This was an imaginary problem and a fake narrative that was created off of angst and a white person who is a problematic person not winning. This was all imaginary. This was all in their heads, and they turned it into a dangerous reality. I want to repeat that. Nothing about Trump winning the election in 2020 was real. Nothing. Because if it was real, then these same problems, they would have had the same kind of issues when Stacey Abrams lost in 2018. They would have had the same kind of issues when Gore lost the election in 2000, right? I want to just minimize this just put it in a package. White people, problematic white people, created a narrative that the election was stolen with no evidence and has caused more physical damage, more death, more time, more thought energy, right, than we have ever seen off of any election in the history of America, right? Just somebody's imaginary story. I want y'all to put that into play. So all it takes is Fox News, Roger Ailes, a couple of influential white people to say this is what happened, and now the whole country has to react to it like it was a real thing.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, folks. That's too much. That's either too much power, too much whiteness, or just like too much ignorance when it comes down to a certain demographic of people in America who refuse to look at anything factual unless it benefits their personal gain.
Period.
I like that.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to add to the conversation?
You're on mute,
Oh.
Deplorable has a different meaning.
Yeah.
When Hillary Clinton said they're deplorable, there's still a segment of them that are deplorable. They were at the Capitol on the 6th. They were terrorists. And it also has a different meaning because, guess what? They're mostly military folk. So that means they've probably been deployed. They are deplorable. We just didn't know that our military was the deplorable ones that were like attacking us like this. I think we should really pay attention to that, because had one thing gone differently, what happened in Myanmar might have happened in America. So it's kind of scary to think about the overrepresentation of military folk and police officers in the ranks of folk who were terrorizing the Capitol. I mean, that looks like a picture from a Spielberg movie or something, or the guy who did, I don't know, whoever. But the problem, here's my problem. I don't think it's an either or what Marcus said. I think it's all of them. It's too much power, too much whiteness, and too many ignorant white racist people in this country. Period. It's that Molotov cocktail that makes all of the problems we're dealing with culpable right now as it pertains to January 6th. But for white people not even giving win or air to this, because that a black person would have said any election was stolen, that would have just kept going like they didn't even hear that Negro. But the fact that you got so many white people saying it, you got to listen to it because white people are saying it. Just like Pizzagate. Black people would have said, black people been talking about the Illuminati forever, and our version of Illuminati never makes it to mainstream. These people have a version of Illuminati, i.e. somebody stole an election where more than 130 million Americans participated. It becomes mainstream. It becomes mainstream. These people get interviewed on major news network with this BS and nobody calls them out about it. That is the tragedy. That is the tragedy of white supremacy.
Mondale, if I may add on, our Illuminati not only not makes it, but I'm not even going to go that deep. Our Illuminati be real. Y'all put crack in the hoods. Oh, stop gaslighting yourself. Nobody put crack in the hoods. Guess what? They put crack in the hood.
Well, I mean, that's not. I don't even consider that Illuminati. I consider that Black history.
But society, like society, tried to make us believe during the 80s and the 90s that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
trying to make us believe that Richard Nixon.
I think society try to make white people believe it didn't happen. Black people know ain't no Negro they know owns a cocaine field or a poppy field. So you can't make
gun manufacturing property.
Or a plane to bring it over here. So niggas weren't confused about where it came from. White people, I tell people all the time, this is for white people. You can't fool black people about what is what.
Or, what black person gonna give $300,000 to some kind of insurrection, right? The heiress from Publix. Now, Marcus, you're right. You're absolutely right. We need to boycott Publix until there's no connection with that heiress because she incited and funded terrorism. Like, we track down people who fund terrorism in the quote unquote terrorism in the Middle East. We need to start tracking down people who fund terrorism in the United States. And we have one, they happen to be connected to Publix. Now, low key, I'm a little upset about this because those chicken tenders from Publix give me life. But if we got to sacrifice them chicken wings and them chicken tenders from Publix, y'all know it. Come on, don't front. Y'all know I ain't the only one.
How you feel about that, Bubba? Like, are we going to cancel Publix?
Whoa, Rebecca.
No, because I see his face. No, I see Bubba's face. That is not shocked. I see Bubba's face. He was very disappointed just now. Okay, and I feel his pain because I know. I
love me some Publix deli. I'm just gonna be real.
Man, Robert Publix the deli all the time. Man, Bob wouldn't get one free.
Come on, somebody.
Oh,
Come on, that's right.
Now it's like I gotta stop. Yeah. It's like a piece of me has been ripped away.
Yeah, but
it's cool. I'm good.
I can't even go to Kroger either. Go ahead, James.
Kroger.
I can't go to Kroger either.
But
because Kroger been like busting unions and stuff.
But hold on. But don't act like Publix just became problematic. They sent a worker home for wearing a Black Lives Matter
mask. They've been problematic.
Where we at in the show? Because we'll sit here and talk all day. Where we at, Rebecca?